world.
A New York brewery has released a Star Wars-themed beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you taste a beer that, would you drink a beer, rather, that tasted like Chewbacca?
May the froth be with you.
Nobody knows what it tastes like that I've talked to, because it's just in New York at the moment. It's like craft brewing at its finest. I never understand these themed beers. Like Iron Maiden has one, and I get that it's a money grab and everything. You know, like Iron Maiden sold over 1 million bottles of Trooper beer or whatever the hell it is. And I know there's a Game of Thrones. There's a Game of Thrones beer. But what's a Star Wars beer supposed to be like, taste like? What's the deal with it? Apparently, it's perfect for drinking during another long night at home in your mom's basement, sewing together a Chewbacca costume and sadly wondering if you're ever going to lose your virginity. That's what the Star Wars beer tastes like. What else?
The new movie Ouija?
Ouija, yes, Ouija board.
Yeah, opened in limited release last night.
Yeah. Ouija boards, in case you did not know, communicate with things that are dead. For example, I use one to stay in touch with my career. Ouija boards are associated with demonic possession. And I know so many people that are afraid of them. They're like, yeah, probably not. I don't really believe in it. Like atheists I know that are just like, I don't believe in anything. But just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to mess with a Ouija board. They're associated with demonic possession.
Have you ever played with one?
No, but I wanted to as a kid, because I thought it was cool. Like, I never saw the whole sinister side behind it. I think that came through movies and whatnot. I was just like, I don't know what you do or do not believe. Do you believe in anything, Funkhauser?
Yeah, I'll hear everything out.
You're hedging your bets just in case there is an HE double hockey stick.
Sure.
Right. See, I've always been a skeptic of everything. Like, I know so many people that swear blind they've seen ghosts or have had contact with ghosts or moved out of apartment. Sane, normal people that are not wackadoo and not, skipping meds and not a couple sandwiches short of a picnic, that will swear blind that they've had their life affected by a ghost. And I've always wanted to know, even as a child, if there's more out there. And I'm like, when it comes to pretty much anything, I'm a skeptic that would love it, just love it, if someone could prove me wrong and offer me conclusive proof. I suppose, religiously speaking, I believe in something more than myself, and I'm respectful of it, and I'm open to getting struck by that lightning bolt. And spirituality is an important thing in all the above, but I've always been a seeker of truth, even as a child. So I wanted to play with a Ouija board because I was like, I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to know that there is something after we leave this mortal coil. I remember thinking it would be cool to chat with my grandma who passed away. So I wanted to play with a Ouija board as a kid, but I never got an opportunity to do so. And now I'm a grown-up. My skepticism is exponentially larger than it was when I was a kid. So it's not like I'm going to take time out of my day to go purchase a Ouija board and see if I can talk to some dead folks. Ouija boards, like I said, associated now with demonic possession. People possessed by Satan don't use Ouija boards. They use law degrees and run for office. What else?
I'd like to think James Blunt talks a little like this, right? James Blunt apologized for making music that's sappy and overplayed.
Yeah, James Blunt apologized for his music. Anything you'd care to add, John Mayer? Feel free. What else?
Nicki Minaj says, she was fired from Red Lobster for chasing customers who took her pen.
Nicki Minaj, I love Nicki Minaj. I love parts of Nicki Minaj. Yeah. Her music videos are the reason your laptop has a mute button. There's just a lot of eye candy in there. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with what's above her neck, though. Sometimes that can be a little bit questionable. But yeah, Nicki Minaj says she was fired from Red Lobster for chasing customers who took her pen. No word on whether or not it was the same pen her makeup artist uses to draw on that terrifying clown mask, but she went after him pretty hardcore. What else?
Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane turned 41 on Sunday.
I don't think he's had a party yet, though. I think he's planning on celebrating as soon as he sees how the creator of The Simpsons celebrates his birthday. Go on.
The Biebs is back. Justin Bieber posted a bathtub selfie.
Yeah, apparently it broke the interwebs. Like, just one of those things that makes you lose faith in humanity in general. Justin Bieber posted a bathtub selfie, and the world responded.
I just want to see how good his bathtub is. His bathroom.
Wow. After having seen the picture, I can tell you this. I learned something. Justin Bieber and a bathtub are two very different things. One is extremely white, scummy, and can't sing, and the other one's a bathtub. See what I did there? Everybody was all defensive of Justin Bieber. I can't remember where I was, but I think it was some restaurant, and that Baby video came on, the one that made him famous, and I remember when that came out and everyone was just like, oh, he's just a super talented little kid that can really sing and really play drums and caught his lucky break off the YouTubes. Why are you hating AD? Why? No. And I was like, no, this kid is awful. This little succubus, I've seen him at work. I know what's coming. He's a terrible person. And people are like, you got to stop hating on the Biebs. He's a good role model for our kids. And like 2 years later, he's buying industrial drums of codeine cough syrup and peeing in mop buckets in restaurants and spitting on his fans. And I would like to say, I was right, you were wrong. He is an annoying little lesbian haircutted pop spud sent to Earth by Satan via Canada to ruin everything for all of us. And he must be stopped. Anyways. That's my thought on the Justin Bieber in a bathtub situation. Quick, one more piece of news, Funkhauser.
Would you vote for George Clooney for president? Because he's running. He might.
Yeah. He already has a slogan that appeals to women. I'm George Clooney.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Jimmy Page to talk about putting Led Zeppelin together in just a matter of months.
I've found Robert. I've managed to feel John Bonham's playing. He was playing with Tim Rose. I managed to hear that. And then John Paul Jones came into it right at the tail end. He called me up and said, I hear you putting a group together. I want to get out of studio work. I'd been out of studio work because I'd been in the Yardbirds. And then we had this rehearsal. Sure. But the fact is, from that rehearsal, we, in my house, routining the material and for the album and also the live shows in September. And then we're into the studio recording. And so if we're saying, even say, the month of September... In September, October, there's Christmas, but we're already touring over here in late December, January. In January, we've completed the album. The album's ready to come out, and we played in San Francisco, which is where we just suddenly, that's it.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Jimmy Page and all your favorite artists.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Noel and Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums, asking about how performing at festivals can help up-and-coming artists.
I think it's different for each band. We had the opportunity the first time we played Lala to play on the main stage. It was an earlier slot, but people were engaged with it. And I think we actually were able to reach fans that had never really heard our music before, may have heard the name, but didn't quite know the record that we probably wouldn't have had the chance to do if it were just like us doing our own headlining thing.
It's really up to the band if they're at a more entry level. It's their opportunity. They got to seize the moment.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from your favorite artists.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time.
Funkhauser, before we talk about KKK Democrats running for election and the app that you like to use that is destroying the prostitution industry, before we talk about that, we got to get to the rest of the news. So let's wrap that up, shall we? Do your I think Funkhauser singing along. Funkhauser singing along to the news bed has become my new favorite part of the show. You work on writing clever bits. You work on writing clever bits. You work on trying to keep people entertained by spinning a yarn for an hour. And like the best part of the show is ba 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 ba. It's my favorite part of the show now, Funkhauser. Shoom. Oh, go on.
Matthew McConaughey says he's only seen 2 movies by the time he was 18.
Well, probably because his local theater had a no shirt, no shoes, no service policy. Yeah, only saw 2 movies by age 18. And now look, he's a giant movie star. My point, kids, life is random and nothing you do will secure your future. So skip school and huff glue.
And he might pick you up in his car.
Yeah, he just might. Shall we... You want
to play that thing?
Yeah, why not? For those that didn't catch it, this is the Jim Carrey Saturday Night Live parody of the Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercials.
Sometimes you gotta go back to actually move forward. And I don't mean go back and reminisce or chase ghosts. I mean, take a big step back. Like go from winning an Oscar to doing a car commercial. My agent was like, I could understand if you did this right after the Lincoln Lawyer. That would have made sense. But you don't buy a Lincoln because it makes sense. You do it because you love it. Or because you're an Uber driver. I feel safe in here to drive around all night long. Contemplating the important questions of life. Who am I? Why am I here? When I'm done rolling up this booger, should I eat it or throw it out the window? Feels good. Like a tiny little tennis ball. Hi there, little fella. Ain't you a vision?
So clever. What else?
Well, Dinah Lohan, that's Lindsay's mom. That's a Dina or Dinah?
Yeah, Dinah. Who cares?
She's going to guest star on the upcoming season of Millionaire Matchmaker.
Yeah. She hopes to be fixed up with a millionaire who's looking for a woman to be the worst possible mother to his children. What else?
Darius Rucker.
Hootie.
Our favorite Hootie.
Everybody thought his name was Hootie for the long. I think people still do think his name is Hootie.
He's releasing a Christmas album that includes a duet with Sheryl Crow.
Darius Rucker, Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish, putting out a Christmas album duetting with Sheryl Crow on it. It's the perfect Christmas album if you're planning on spending the holidays in the year 1995.
Buy it on cassette.
Kindly, do you have that thing about the Secret Service fence jumper guy? Like, there was another one last week, right?
Yeah, last Wednesday, the Secret Service caught yet another fence jumper.
Yeah. 3 other fence jumpers behind him being like, hey, no cutting. By the way, White House fence jumping, getting to the stage where it's so popular, I think the International Olympic Committee might make it an Olympic sport in the not-too-distant future. Go on, more politics, Funkhauser.
I didn't know that she was this old, but Hillary's...
I bet... I was like, I bet I know who you're talking about because I said the same thing when I found out it was her birthday. I was like, she's that old?
Yeah,
Go on. Who is it?
She turned 67 on Sunday. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. President Obama's working on her present right now. Millions of Mexican immigrants on the voter polls. I think Bill Clinton had a nice romantic dinner planned. And after that, I think he might have even spent some time with Hillary. See what I did there? It's funny because he's still a philanderer.
She's going to be old if she wins that whole presidency thing.
Yeah. That actually gives me cause for pause. I'm like, by the time you're president, you're going to be 68. Like, I know people that are 68 years old, and I'm not overly keen to give them the controls to I'm not, like, I don't let them have the remote to the TV, let alone be the person with the finger on the button. Like, being 68, with a potential of being 72 by the time your first term is